Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. So most of you have requested in this poll that how to remember concepts for longer time. So that's why we are making this video. In case if you want to see any video that you like, we'll be asking you in the polls. So if you want to participate in that poll, you can subscribe our channel. And if you want to see more Abacus related videos, you can subscribe to our channel. And so let's start with this video. So this is a very important video, how to remember concepts for longer time. So most of the students, they start learning Abacus and they complete the course. Most of them don't even complete. So they'll be generally the Abacus courses will be like 2 years to 3.5 years. Minimum is 1.5 year to 2 years. 1.5 year to 3.5 years they'll be learning. So they'll be solving all the assignments and they'll be doing everything perfectly. They'll be attending they'll be participating in the competitions. They'll do everything right. And most of the students don't even complete the course. They'll be leaving in the middle due to various reasons. The problem is in Abacus there's one problem. So first 6 to 8 months, what happens is you already know how to solve the calculation using school method, which you have learned in your school. But initially when you are solving questions using Abacus, you will decrease your speed. So in case this is your speed using school method, okay, this is the speed using your school method. So wherever you are wherever you are applying school method, you'll have the same speed each and every time. But in case if you are learning Abacus for first 6 to 8 months, what happens is if you compare school method versus Abacus method, first you will be slower. Okay, first you will be doing very slow compared to your school method. In case if you have this even small calculation like 23 into 4, you will do faster using school method compared to Abacus method. Why? Because this is the minimum amount of time which will take for you to start gaining speed using Abacus and visualization. Okay, so initially first to 6 to 8 months your speed will be low compared to school method. So most of them think that Abacus is not useful and it takes a lot of time to learn Abacus and school method only is better. But after this point, what happens, you will start learning visualization slowly. You will improve your speed. And what happens next, you see this, what happens next is the difference is huge. Okay, so the difference is huge. This is your school method, this is your Abacus method. Okay, so this is your Abacus method now. So what I'm trying to say is, as the time goes, your Abacus speed will increase a lot and your school method will be constant. So now we are doing 23 into 4, let's say in 4 seconds. Even after 2 or 3 years, you will do the same thing in 4 seconds only. You can't improve your speed in school method. But if you are learning Abacus, as the time goes, you will improve your speed a lot. There is a lot of chance to improve your speed by practicing the problems, by practicing the assignments. So up to this point, first 6 to 8 months, you will not able to gain speed. So you should not demotivate and not leave Abacus. You should continue practicing, continue solving the assignments, whatever your institution is giving, and keep yourself motivated. So observe the students who are in last level or 8th level. So you can see their speed, how they improve. Okay, so this is a lot of gap. Again, this is up to when they are in the course. I mean, when they are still a student, when they are still a part of that institution. But once after they stop learning Abacus, once after the course is done, again this graph comes down. Okay, this graph comes down like this, but school method is still constant. Okay, so now what happens here, there is a point where you are doing same speed with Abacus and school method. Again there is a point where you totally forgot all the concepts in Abacus, but school method you remember and you are doing with the same speed. So this is what happens with almost all of the students. Okay, I think you got this. I'll tell you once again quickly. So first 6 to 8 months you will start doing Abacus and you'll struggle a lot to improve your speed, but and school method is faster. But after some point you will improve your speed using Abacus, up to you're in the course. Okay, once after you leave the course, you will slowly start forgetting the concepts, and total this is the point where you forget all the concepts and you will not use abacus at all. You will again come back to school method. So this is what happens with most of the students. Okay, so how to overcome this? So I learned abacus when I was a student in 4th or 5th grade, even my brother. It's the same thing with both of us. So we won competitions, everything we won. I made president of India. All of this happened, and we stopped learning. Our course was done. So we were at this point. So, but this did not happen for us. Why? Because you can see this. Even whatever speed we were there 12 or 14 years back, we are doing with the same speed. We did not lose our speed. We did not lose our, we did not forget any of the concept. We still remember all the concepts and all the same with the same speed. Okay, how does that happen is our today's topic. So why most of them forget is they don't practice after the course. Okay, so I'll erase this. I'll tell you how to remember. Yeah, so how to remember concepts for long is to revise. So it's only one word, revise. If you keep on revising, you'll not forget anything. I'll tell you an example. So let's say you are in 7th grade now. Okay, you are in 7th grade now, and do you remember whatever you have learned in first grade? No, right? So whatever you have learned in your first grade, you don't remember anything. You forgot everything, right? Again, the same thing. Let's say you are in 10th grade now. You don't remember anything whatever you have learned in 7th grade, right? So after completing your annual exams for 7th grade, maybe after 1 or 2 months, you'll forget everything whatever you have learned in 7th grade. Why? Because you did not revise those concepts after this is done. Okay, after you have written your exams, you did not revise, so slowly you'll start forgetting those concepts. So that is how our brain is designed. Okay, you can't remember anything if you don't revise. So the same thing goes with any other thing. So if you don't revise anything, you'll forget. That's a simple answer. Okay, so what you should do, the same thing goes for abacus also. Once after you complete your course, your speed is very high, you're doing all the calculations quickly, and you might think that I'm doing very quickly. That's correct, that's good, but there is a danger that you might forget all the abacus concepts. So why? Because you might not practice and you might not remember all the concepts. So how to overcome that? You should revise. Okay, so once after you're done with your course, and you can't practice like you are there in the institution. Okay, again you'll not do all the daily practice. You can't be able to attend the competitions. You will lose the practice. So how to overcome that? You can, one thing you can do is you can practice your old books. Okay, you can practice your older assignments. You can erase the answers, you can check them. That is one thing. So that's the one thing. What is the best way is, so how we did not forget is solving puzzles. Okay, so this is the important thing, puzzles and implementing abacus in real life. Okay, so what is the purpose of learning abacus? What is the purpose of winning the competitions and everything? To improve your speed, right? So if you want to, you have already improved your speed using learning abacus, but you should show it somewhere, right? You should show it somewhere in your school, in your maths exam, or you should show it somewhere. You should show that skill somewhere in your mathematics olympiad or any exam. So that is the purpose that you have learned abacus. So the same thing you should do. You should implement whatever you have learned in your abacus in your school. So in your maths exams, in your maths classes, you have a lot of calculations, simpler calculations like any multiplication, 23 into 52. This is a very simple calculation. You'll have a lot of these calculations in your maths. Okay, so instead of using school method, you can use abacus for this. Okay, so in that way, indirectly you're practicing abacus, and you'll not forget this concept. Okay, so even puzzles. So puzzles you can solve. There are many books available in the market where you have some puzzles. Puzzles puzzles are many types. So what kind of puzzles are? Numerical puzzles. Okay, you'll have some numbers and you have to add, subtract, multiply. All those kinds of puzzles you should practice after the course. If you practice after the course, you can remember the concepts for long. So we have done the same thing, and that's why we did not forget the concepts still, and we are doing it the same speed. Okay, so do puzzles, revise the concepts. If you are doing puzzles, you need not even revise. Why? Because you are already practicing the puzzles and you are implementing all the concepts of abacus. Okay, and second thing is apply the abacus methods in your school. Okay, wherever you have calculations, apply only abacus methods instead of school method. If you do that, you'll never forget the concepts. Okay, and solve many puzzles, and there are many ways, okay, to use abacus, so to practice abacus. So one example is, wherever you see numbers, try to add them, subtract them, do some multiplication. Okay, so let's say if you have seen any page number like 235, what you can do is do 235 skill. Okay, do 235 to 2350. So in this way you'll have some practice. Okay, you'll not forget this concept. If you are having 235, what you can do, you can do 23 into 5, which is 115. 115 again you can multiply 11 into 5, 55. Okay, you can do anything with this number. So wherever you see numbers, try to add, subtract, multiply, divide, whatever, anything you do, that should be related to abacus. Okay, so in this way, if you are doing, if you are practicing, if you are implementing abacus concepts in your school or in any puzzles or any competitive exam, so you'll never forget those concepts. So let's say if you have learned the abacus and you completed this abacus course just now, 1 month back or 2 months back, if you are not applying any abacus concepts in your school, and in your school you are using only school method, then maybe within 6 months and 6 months to 8 months you'll forget all the abacus concepts. Okay, so that is a danger, and you should never use school method. Once you have learned abacus, you should only use abacus method. Okay, if you are a parent and if you want to make your kid practice abacus after the course, you can do the same thing. You can give your kid some puzzles or any number and ask them to do some skills or addition and subtraction, whatever it is. Give some calculations to them and ask them to solve using abacus. And one great thing is you can always use dictations. Okay, so dictations, what are dictations? I have made a separate video. So dictations are nothing but you are dictating the questions and your kid should tell the answer. Let's say 23 into 52, your kid should tell the answer. You are not displaying the question, you are not printing the question, and you are not showing it to the student. Instead of that, what you are doing is you are only dictating the question. So you can dictate many questions and they can tell the answer. Okay, randomly you can dictate some questions to them and they can tell the answer. So in this way also you can practice. And if you want to practice more, there is our website practiceabacusonline.com, where you have lot of practice materials like speed round, flashcards, dictations, many things are there. You can also use our website to practice after the course. So this is about how to remember the concepts. If you like the video, just hit the like button, and I'll be making many videos. I'll be asking you which video to make in the poll. So if you want to participate in the poll, you can subscribe to our channel, and thank you everyone.